Hi, good afternoon. My name's Takniyan and this is Keke Chronicles, a show where we do short interviews about young people doing amazing things in Nigeria. Grateful you could come and join us for our first episode of Keke Chronicles. Are you excited?
Yeah. Very excited.
So let's get straight into it. Tell me a bit about yourself, your name, your age if you wish to, your family, backgrounds, etc., etc.
All right, my name is Saudat Usman. I am from Niger State. My paternal is Jigawa and my maternal is Niger State, Nupe to be precise.
Okay.
And I've been in Niger State from 2004. And I went back where I was born in Delta State, Agbo to be precise, to rewrite my exam. That is the WAEC then before I came back to Niger State. So I studied English language first in NCE, College of Education, Zuma, before I badged into International Institute of Journalism, where I had my HND, and immediately I didn't go for the service. I went into PGD, that is postgraduate diploma in journalism. Meanwhile, before I got the admission, I had my diploma in computer science, and I also have my British Council training in classroom management, and I also acquire a certificate on online journalism, and also I also have another one on catering. So I've worked as a caterer to several banks, like then Oceanic Bank, Fin Bank. I've worked with First Bank and Unity Bank. I served them. Then I went to head of service, where I served as a waiter, a caterer, and both in the confectionery center. I worked there with them as a waiter, and I served food. I was in places. I had experience in working as a caterer in several banks too there, like Jahiz Bank, First Bank, that is Kumasi, head of service, that is federal head of service, and all that. So I've met with so many people. Before I went into teaching, I taught as a classroom teacher. I was the HOD in English language. Then I badged into journalism finally.
Saudat, you're amazing.
Thank
You've done
you.
so much. What haven't you done? I love it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned journalism.
Yes.
Tell me about journalism, because I know you do a lot of, you work on the radio a lot, so tell me all about that. Tell me when you knew you wanted to be a journalist.
Okay. That I wouldn't say there was any time I wanted to be a journalist. I would say it's an innate. It's something I was born with.
Okay.
Being a teacher and a journalist was something I found myself to be born with. It's a gift, because it's not. I've never thought of it. It was just now that I'm realizing that. So these were things that I do before. If you ask me, when I was in primary school, I was into social activities, and that has to do with literature. I grew up to study English language with literature as a major course. Then, when I was in secondary school, I was in the social activities in the school. I was a member of press club. I read news, I cast news, I take mock news. Anytime they are doing any program, I act and all that and stuff like that. So all those things, I came to realize that this is what I have been doing. So just studying to put more light to what I have already known. That is what I know. Then casting news was something then I do. Even when I don't know how to write, I will be talking to myself. I talk a lot and all that. I teach flies, I flog and all that. So everything I'm doing today is something that God has already made in me. It's not something that I was inspired doing because of anybody. Then I still want to be a journalist by myself because I grew up in a polygamous home. Intimidation, an environment that I grew up with and in Delta State. You know, everybody knows Delta State is one of the terrible states you will grow up with. Like I saw different things in my environment and all that. So I came up to say, okay, why don't I start something to back that my journalism up? That is foundation. That was how I now conceived my foundation to fight against drugs and other social menaces around. So by and large, I would say the journalism, teaching, and my foundation, they are all working hand in hand, like achieving what I grew up to find.
Okay, I love that. So when it comes to journalists in Nigeria, like is there anyone you aspire to be like, or you just know what you want to do and you're going with that? Or like, if you look at someone in Nigeria who is in journalism, who would that be? If I asked you to call one or two names.
I have not seen somebody who is inspiring me in journalism in Nigeria. Actually, if you ask me, because,
why do you say that in Nigeria?
Yeah, because I'm not inspired. Because I like them. Why? The ones I love is because they are Muslims.
Okay.
They are given that their husbands gave them their privilege to do that, to come out and do the job. That is one thing that makes me love them, and to God be the glory, they are heading some beautiful positions in the offices, you understand?
So I just want to clarify that, because you mentioned that the journalists that you admire are the ones that come from a Muslim background. When you say that, do you mean because it's not necessarily accepted in the Muslim religion or culture for women to be journalists, or you just mean because you're a Muslim and they're a Muslim, you're supporting your girl gang?
Not because of that. It's because, you know, journalism is a terrible job. It's a job that puts your life at risk, and it's a job that would exploit you to people. You meet with people. You go meet with people. It's a job that would determine where you're gonna have your money. It could be in a hotel. Somebody would call you, I don't want you to interview me here. Come to the hotel room and make me come here and all that. So it puts the lives of women, mostly married women, in danger. Now come to think of a Muslim woman who naturally her husband is so jealous that wouldn't want his wife to mingle with anybody. And here now they allow their wives to go do this job and all that. So I admire them, and I give kudos to the courage of their husbands to allowing them to do that. So those people, I would say, in the religion aspect, they inspire me, as in I love them, they inspire me, and I want a husband who would also do same to me. But talking about inspiring as the job, like now, there's a lady on this channel, oh my God, sorry. I'm not supposed to forget about this. She's a foreign correspondent in this China country, like Jincheng or stuff like that. I love her because she does her research very well. She brings out things the way they are supposed. She's doing journalism the way I like it. You understand? She does it the way I like it. So she's my inspiration when you ask me. Like, I want to be like her.
So we're gonna look her up, or later when you remember her name, we'll post it somewhere so that everyone can see who you're talking about. So then, tell me about the radio station. What radio station are you working with at the moment?
I'm working with Zuma Fm.
Okay.
Zuma FM as well. I'm working with their TV station, that's Zanguru TV channel 174 Star Time. So I do most of the presentation, like talk things. When it comes to human interest angle, they always put me there because they know I always stand to talk. Like I am an activist, they will tell me to do that job and all that. But mostly what I'm known for in Zuma FM is the newscasting. I broadcast news for them. Then sometimes again I do the presentation on programs and all that. So I'm not too good in the DP and DCO, like talking. Especially I'm being back with someone else. DCO is duty continuous announcer.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Say this morning you stepped into Zuma FM.
Yeah.
Tell me what you would do. You step into the office and what's your day-to-day routine at the radio station?
And if I go to I bath in the morning, the first thing I would do, I clean my seat, I sit down, then start sourcing for my news, of course. And sourcing for news, you need to read, you need to be sound to know where to put your comma and all that. Do my rehearsals, then go deliver to the public, like I say, the newscasting.
Okay. Can you remember how we met? Because you're doing a lot for youth in Nigerian Suleja.
Yeah.
So tell me about your NGO and tell us what an NGO is, because a lot of the time we talk about NGOs and people are like, what is an NGO? So tell me what is an NGO and tell me what your NGO does for young people in Nigeria or people in Nigeria.
Okay, my NGO, like I said, it was an inspiration compelled by the surroundings.
Yeah.
And mostly, the first time I started, I campaigned against child molestation, trafficking, drug trafficking, cultism, drug abuse. Drug abuse was what hits the nail most, because the environment that we are now, most people, both men and women, then children, all are into drugs and all that. So people know me more for the drug abuse because that is what they really wanted.
I don't want to interrupt you here, but that's one of the things that really caught my eye about you. If you remember the first time we met, we literally had a brief little meeting in a restaurant, and then immediately after, you just took me out. You took me out into the community and you showed me about drug misuse. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really deep in Suleja, and me just being exposed to that just opened my eyes. So I love that you're helping people with rehabilitation.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
NGO stands for non-governmental organization. It's a thing. It is a self-commitment to help people. It is when the government feels like doing or helping that they come in. This is something that you have to do from your pocket.
Yeah.
You have to source what to do.
I totally understand.
Like I said, I took this upon myself because of the environment and where I grew up from. And most of the time, the challenges I have come across in my life. So sometimes I don't want to see people in that condition. So I now chose to do the drug fighting and empowerment. Because anyone you're taking drugs from, you should be able to give that person a job to do. So that is exactly why I had to just take on the drug abuse and empowerment of youth. And I thought about something that the government not only coming to give those youth their money to take drugs, to fight for their election and make them win their election. At the end of the day, they become nuisance in the community. Something came into my mind that why don't I still go and meet that same people the youth are dying for, taking drugs for, to fight for, to win their election? Why don't we collect that money instead to employ some of them into vocational training?
But realistically, do you think that the Nigerian government is ever going to do that? Do you think it's going to happen?
Right now, I would say in this community, I've seen somebody who had already sponsored a program.
Okay.
Yes, and the local government of Suleja are trying to enroll about 50 people under my foundation.
What's the name of your foundation?
Saudat Empowerment Foundation.
Okay, and if people want to find out more about it, how can they find out more? Are you online? Are you on what's your email address? Do you have a website?
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook?
Okay. For now, why I haven't gone that far, because everything had to do with money. Even if I want to have an Instagram page and I want the whole world to see it, I will post it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to start something like somebody with she had an NGO before and is dead and all that. So it has to be committed with money. So for now, I do it solely on a low key, but it's registered. It's registered and it's recognized from anywhere to EFCC. EFCC know about it and all that. So they are even monitoring everything that comes into it and all that. So it's just ordinary Saudat Empowerment Foundation. Then I give out my own email like saudatlast@gmail.com.
We'll link everything with the video so people know exactly where to find you.
Yeah.
So what else did I want to ask you? Tell me something that no one knows about Saudat, about you personally.
There are many things that most people don't know about me. I am somebody who loves to give, you understand? But some people see me like more than what I am. It hurts me that sometimes like.
Explain, what do you mean? They see you more than
they feel like I've reached financially, financially and all that. But people don't know that I'm as good as they are. Like, but I thank God that I thank God that God has just made the person like, you know, like I'm that kind of person who puts smiles always on the face. So people don't really know what I'm passing through. So people don't know about that sometimes things are not really the way they think they are. You understand? So I am a very social girl. I like after work and all that, I go for social activities and all that. I dance a lot and I enjoy myself sometimes.
You're a dance lover. Even me, I love it. I love dancing. I love social environment. Like after work, I can lose myself when I'm with the correct people to be with. Like, yeah. So people don't know me like that because I do more of the morals, you know. I want people to like, so when I see that we are moving in the same frequency, I draw you closer and show you the other way that you can also be like this, but most importantly, try to build your personality. Try to be a reasonable and good person in the society and all that. So, okay. So we've kind of held you up for a little bit now. So I'm gonna quickly try and wrap this up. I'll ask you maybe another 1 or 2 questions. So this is so random, but what's your favorite food?
wow.
What's your favorite food to eat, and what is your favorite food to prepare?
Well, if you allow me, I love preparing native food. Mostly, I love apu. Apu is my favorite food, and ogbono. Ogbono soup was the first soup I learned to make in my life. So it became my favorite, and I love apu a lot.
Okay.
If not apu, then eba. Then if my native food, I would like to eat it when it's left over.
What is your native food?
My native food is tuwo.
Okay.
But I don't like eating it most times fresh. I love eating it when it's left over.
Okay, like
With kuka soup. But if you allow me, I love apu more. Apu and then ogbono soup are my favorites.
oh, that's so random, but I love food. So every interview I do, I always have to talk about food because
I am.
Food.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so I don't know if you know this, but the reason I decided to do Keke Chronicles was because one day I was in a Keke with my uncle, and we got into a debate. So now I'm a Christian, my uncle's a Christian. Not that religion has anything to do with it, but my uncle just so happened to be discussing, he was saying that men are superior to women in Nigeria. So I had a lot to say about this. I heavily disagree with it, but I would love to hear what you have to say, because at the time we were in a keke with 2 other women. One was Muslim and the other one was Christian, and both of them agreed with my uncle that men in 2019 are superior to women. So what's your take on that? Like, what do you think? Do you agree?
I disagree with it because, you know, we are Africans, and because men are always at the face of everything we do, so they think women are liking it, but it's not like that. Women does it better and they do it best. And if you look at this 2019, every woman wants to be at the top. Like the way I think now, I'm telling you, even the way I started thinking, and from January to last month, May, was different from what I am thinking today. Like, seriously, like, if God make my way, I want to blow it off. Like, I want to be different. I want to break the limits.
Yeah.
I want to make the men know that they can sit back and see women doing the thing.
I love that.
You understand?
I love that.
I believe we have women like me now who want to rule the world, who want to be given opportunity to do what, who want to struggle with the men. You understand? So, and I believe if we have that opportunity, we'll do better than men. Yeah. So 2019, I think, is for the ladies.
I love that. Saudat, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do this again another time.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to post where everyone can follow you, where they can see what you're doing. You're an amazing journalist, and I love what you're doing for young people and people in Suleja who are having issues with drugs and rehabilitation. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Can you do a little shout out? Can you say Keke Chronikles?
Keke Chronicles, I love you. Come back again. I know before you come back, I will do some other activities that I would like to, There are many things that actually I haven't said because on YouTube we don't do much talking and all that. But by the time those people contact me, they will hear a lot of more stories and all that. Because my hashtag is inspired, so you would know more about inspired and what inspired me to be who I am today.
Yo, Mungode.